Hello everyone. I hope you all are good and doing well. So this video is all about the discussion of your very first AIET test for NEET. And I hope you all must have attempted the test with sincerity, with utmost honesty also. And yes, in this video, we will be discussing basic important questions, and also I will be discussing the concept used therein. So let's dive through it. And at the end, I would want you to again go through the question and make sure that you are comfortable with each and every question that was asked in your test. Then being comfortable means you are aware of whatever concept was used. Okay, so let's go. Very first question is there on your screen, question number 3. So in this equation, we needed to tell if it is numerically, dimensionally correct, or if one is correct, another is wrong. Then, so this equation is what? First, we need to identify that this is nothing but the formula of distance covered in nth second. How we used to calculate that? Suppose kar lo कि you have a body that is starting from the origin, done, and its initial velocity is u, is moving with constant acceleration a, and it covered this much distance in n minus 1 second and this much distance in n second. And if it is asked that, tell me what will be the distance covered in nth second. So how you will calculate that? Distance covered in nth second will be equal to distance covered in n second minus distance covered in n minus 1 second. Now, you will be simply putting the formula. So distance covered in n second ke liye, what formula you will be using? un ut plus half a t square minus, again, same formula for n minus 1 second. So un minus 1 plus half a n minus 1 ka square. If you're going to subtract these two, you will get the above equation, right? You will get the above equation. So this is numerically correct. Now, what about the dimension? What about the dimension? If you are going to check for the dimension, so there is basic rule of dimension key. If you have a equation like a equal to b plus c, and if a has a dimension of time, then b should also have dimension of time, c should also have dimension of time. Then we can equate two things only if their dimensions are same. We can add two things only if their dimensions are same. So here ST has a dimension of length, U has a dimension of velocity, then LT minus 1. These two dimensions are not same. It means this is not dimensionally correct. Okay, so the correct option will be A. Now let's move ahead to the next question. Next question is what the length of cylinder is measured with a meter rod having least count of it. Now, why I have included this question again? Because if in the question it is given that a particular thing is getting measured with some instrument whose least count is this, it means the maximum error that that instrument can include or can give will be equal to the least count. Done. So here rod ki length of cylinder is measured with a meter rod, and least count of meter rod is this much. Yani ki maximum error in the length will be equal to 0.1 centimeter. Okay. Now, its diameter is measured with vernier calipers having least count of how much? 0.01 centimeter. So, its diameter, that is its radius, you can say, its radius is getting measured with what? Vernier calipers having least count this much. So the maximum error in the radius will be how much? 0.01 centimeter. Now, given that length is 5 centimeter, length हमारा कितना दिया हुआ है? It is given as 5 centimeter, and radius is how much? 2 centimeter. Done. So L is given as 5 centimeter. Radius is given as how much? It is given as 2 centimeter. Then the percentage error in the calculated value of the volume will be. So volume of cylinder is written as how much? Pi square h. What will be the error? Delta V by V equal to 2 delta R by R plus delta L by L, where h can be, h here is L, length. Length kaho, height kaho, whatever notation you use. So this will be the answer. So let's calculate it. 2 into delta R value is how much? 0.01 centimeter. And R value is how much? 2 centimeters. So यहाँ पे 2 centimeter. We have to calculate percentage. तो यहाँ पे आप 100 लगाओगे, सारे में 100 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे, है ना? तो इंटू 100 करोगे यहाँ पे, प्लस कितना होगा? डेल्टा L by L is how much? 0.1 by 5 into 100. Done. So how much value we are going to get? This will become 1 and this will become equal to 2. So the answer will be how much? It will be 3%. So the answer is your C, that is your 3%. Okay. Let's see the next question. Again, y is given as y is equal to how much? A sin omega t plus bt. Okay. Plus ct square plus how much? Ct square cos omega t. Now, why I have included this question? The reason is if something is under sin, cos, tan or whatever, okay, that will have no dimension. It will be dimensionless. Done. Similarly, this will be this will be dimensionless. Okay, so whatever is the value of angle, that angle term will have what? No dimension. Done. So again, the same logic we are going to use, the one we use for question number 1. So what will be that logic? If we are adding two things, they will have same dimension. Done. It has dimension of what? This is a displacement. So it has a dimension of how much? Length. And this should also have dimension of length because we are equating y with a sin omega t plus something. So it should have dimension of L also. Again, BT should have dimension of L. Done. So आप इसको ध्यान से ऐसे लिख लो, B into time का dimension T. It should be equal to L because we are adding these two things. Done. Again, B will have dimension of how much? LT minus 1. Similarly, this should have dimension of what? L. Again, right here, CT square should have dimension of L. And C will have dimension of how much? LT minus 2. Because dimension of sin omega t is nothing, dimension of cos omega t is nothing. Done. Now we have to tell that the unit of ABC is same as that of. So ABC up kar lo, ABC. A is how much? A is L. B is how much? LT minus 1. C is how much? LT minus 2. So this is equal to how much? LQT minus 3. So this is nothing but equal to y by time. Y means L, y by time ka Q. So the correct answer should be what? It should be D. Okay. Chalo. Now this is the question. Again, this is again a formula based question. A student measures the time period of 100 oscillation of a simple pendulum 4 times. Okay. 4 times measurement kiya. And that 4 times measurement is given here 90 seconds. 91 second, 92 second, and 95 second. What is asked in the question? Minimum division in the measuring clock is how much? 1 second. Least count is 1 second. Now, then the reported mean time should be what? So how we calculate mean value and mean error? So mean value, simply we will add this 4 and divide by 4. है ना? So add कर लो आप. If you are going to add it, how much it will become? 360 plus 5 plus 2, 7 or 1, 8. So this is 368. 368 by 4. If you're going to solve it, it will become 92. So the mean value is 92. Once you have got the mean value, what is your next task? So next task is to calculate the mean error. Okay? So mean value is 92. Now, error in the first measurement is how much? Mean value. कैसे निकालते हैं हम लोग? So we will simply subtract the mean value. From mean value we will subtract the original value. तो first case में मेरा error कितना होगा? अगर मैं इसको delta something ले लूँ T1, तो this is equal to how much? 92 minus 90, that is equal to 2. Again, delta T2 मेरा कितना हो रहा है? That is 92 minus 91, that is 1. Delta T3 कितना है आपका? This is 92 minus 92, that is 0. And delta T4 is how much? That is 92 minus 95, that is 3. So what is the value of mean error now? 3 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2. So this is 6. 6 divided by 4. If you're going to divide it, it will be equal to how much? 1.5. So what should be our value? Value should be, according to whatever we have studied, the value of time should be mean value of time, that is 92 plus minus mean error, that is 1.5. But in the option you can see 1.5 is not given here. So we need to round it. We need to round it. And if we are going to round it to one digit, how much value we will be getting? 2. Okay. So the answer will be how much? 92 plus minus 1, sorry, plus minus 2. Okay. So what will be the correct answer? Correct answer should be A. Over. Now, this question, a plane is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. The component of vector A perpendicular to this plane is. So, हमारे पास एक plane है which is inclined at 30 degree with the horizontal. And there is a vector in the minus k direction. आप एक काम कर लो, draw a plane, call it horizontal x-axis, and this vertical call it k, call it z. So in the upward direction, unit vector we can take as k cap, and the downward direction we can take unit vector as minus k cap, right? Now what's the question? Plane जो है, that is inclined at an angle of 30 degree. Again, plane will have some area, but for convenience in the graph, I will draw it as a line. ठीक है, plane कुछ ऐसा होगा जो कि horizontal से कितना angle बना रहा है? 30 degree. For convenience, let's draw it like this. So this is the plane and it is making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. I have done it here. Now, component of vector A किधर है? Minus 10k. So vector A is somewhere here. This is minus 10k. Done. Now, component of vector A perpendicular to this plane. So we have to calculate what will be the component of this vector perpendicular to plane. So plane is this one. Perpendicular to this will be this one. So we have to calculate the component of this vector along this line. Okay? So this is perpendicular to the plane. If this is perpendicular to the plane, this angle is 30 degree. This will become how much? 60. Again, this pole is 90. This is 60. This will become how much? 30 degree. Now, component of this vector along this line will be how much? 10 cos 30. So this is 10 cos 30. Cos 30 is how much? Root 3 by 2. So this will give you how much? 5. You just needed to draw the diagram in this question, nothing else. Question is very much easy. So the correct option will be what? Correct option will be A. Sorry. 5 root 3. Sorry, that is 5 root 2 now. So correct answer will be B. So in this question, what is given? It's given that the sum of magnitude of two forces is 16 Newton. Done. And if the resultant is normal to the smaller force. So let's first crack the first line. That is sum of magnitude it is telling. So if A and B are two forces, it means A plus B modulus of vector A plus modulus of vector B is equal to how much? 16 Newton. Another thing, if the resultant, that is vector A plus vector B is normal to the smaller force. So let's say A is smaller. Okay, A is what? It is smaller. So A plus B, vector A plus B, according to the second line, vector A plus vector B is perpendicular to vector A. Then it is given. And magnitude of vector A plus vector B is how much? 8 Newton. Yani ki, this is equal to mod of A plus vector B is equal to 8. So this is all given in the question. We have to calculate value of A and B. Done. So mod of A plus B is 8. It means formula let's apply. Suppose Karlo, this is our force A and this is my force B. Done. So somewhere A plus B is this, suppose. Okay. Now let's assume angle between A and B is theta. So if we are going to write the formula for A, vector A plus vector B, it will be A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. का root over, and this is equal to how much? 8. Now this is done. Again, we need one more equation to solve the to find out the value of A or B. Done. So let's calculate that thing from here. It is given that angle that A plus B is making with A is how much? 90 degree. Diagram se nahi dikh raha. Sorry, I have not made the diagram correctly. But according to the reasoning, what is given? A plus B is perpendicular to vector A. Now we have learned in vector, if there are two vectors given, suppose vector x and vector y, and if this is the resultant vector, then angle that resultant vector make with any one vector. Suppose कर लो मैं y के साथ angle बोल रही हूँ alpha, an angle between x and y is suppose theta. Then formula is what? Tan alpha can be written as here as what? Tan alpha can be written as x sin theta divided by y plus x cos theta. ठीक है? So if we are forming angle with y, then formula will be like this. So if we are forming angle with A, y will get replaced by A and x will get replaced by B. So tan alpha, यानी कि tan alpha is given as 90 degree here. So this is B sin theta, and that is equal to how much? It is A plus cos theta. अब आप देख लो tan 90 value is how much? This is infinity. And if this is infinity, it means this is some constant by 0. So it has to be, sorry, A plus, यहाँ पे B देना होगा ना, A plus B cos theta must be equal to 0. It means, तो आप यहाँ पे लिख लो A plus B cos theta is equal to 0. It means cos theta is equal to how much? Minus A by B. Now let's put the value of cos theta here, minus A by B. तो चलो वो करते हैं अब. So what was the value? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Cos theta का value हमारा क्या आया है? Minus A by B. तो यहाँ पे आप लिख लो minus A by B root over this was equal to 8. So B got cancelled, minus 2A square. So it will become how much? B square minus A square. ठीक है? This is equal to how much? B square minus A square. And this is equal to 64. I am squaring on the both sides. तो आप यहाँ पे देख लो b माइनस a इंटू b प्लस a को हम क्या बुला सकते हैं? 64 and a plus b is given in the question, that is equal to 16. So b minus a is equal to 4. Done. And b plus a is how much? 16. Now you can solve it ना. Add this two. तो 2b कितना हो जाएगा हमारा? 20. b is how much? 10. If b is 10, then a will be equal to how much? 6. So one is 10 Newton, another is 6 Newton. So what will be the correct answer? 6 Newton and 10 Newton. So the correct answer will be A. Okay. So in this question, you just needed to remember the formula and apply them properly. Okay. And rest was the calculation. Chalo. Now this is the question. What is question? The distance between point P and the x-axis. Why I have included this question? Like if anywhere it is asked that find the distance between 2 points. Done. Suppose this is a vector A1, B1, C1. Suppose this is a point with coordinate this one, and this is a let's say this is point P. Let's say this is point Q, and its coordinate are A2, B2, and C2. So in vectorial form, if I am going to put it here a coordinate axis, then if this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is z-axis. Okay. So the vector OP can be written as what? Vector OP can be written as A1 I cap plus B1 J cap plus C1 K cap. Similarly, you can write what? You can write here OQ, vector OQ. Done. Vector OQ will be equal to how much? A2 I cap plus B2 J cap plus C2 K cap. Now, if you have to calculate the value of distance between P and Q, so distance between P and Q is going to be nothing but OQ minus OP. ठीक है? यानी कि Q minus P. Done. So simple सा I explained it so that you just have a recall of whatever you have studied, right? So अगर मैं इस चीज को अब साइड करती हूँ और सिंपल सा अगर तुम्हें 2 पॉइंट दिया हुआ है एंड यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट देयर वैल्यूज, तो चुपचाप करना ये है कि यहाँ पे जैसे मैंने पी एंड क्यू का एग्जांपल दिया है, सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, सिंपली यू डू दिस थिंग, a1 माइनस a2 लिख लो, फिर b1 माइनस b2 लिख लो, सब्सट्रैक्ट करो कोऑर्डिनेट्स को, एंड c1 माइनस c2 लिख लो, ठीक है। सो दिस डिफरेंस इज इन आई कैप डायरेक्शन, this difference is in j cap direction, this difference is in k cap direction. Now what will be the values, what will be the value of distance between these 2 points? So simply find its magnitude. So its magnitude will be how much, a1 minus a2 ka square plus b1 minus b2 ka square plus c1 minus c2 ka square. So this is how we calculate distance between 2 points. Now, here the 2 points are not given. In the question, it is given that you have to calculate distance between a point and a line. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक लाइन दिया हुआ है ना, तो चलो वो निकालते। सबसे पहले आप ऐसा ले लो, एक्स एक्सिस ले लो, इसको वाई एक्सिस ले लो, ये जेड एक्सिस, ठीक है। What's the point given in the question? Point is P and its coordinates are 2 meter, 3 meter and 4 meter, है ना। 2, 3, 4 is the coordinate. We have to calculate distance between this point and the x-axis. Question is ambiguous a little bit, क्योंकि आप देखो ध्यान से, अगर x-axis से मैं distance निकालूं, तो this distance can be this distance can be this distance can be this, anything it can be. Like he can draw so many lines, क्योंकि on the x-axis there will be so many points. But in the question it's not given between which point and which. अगर क्वेश्चन में कुछ नहीं दिया हुआ है, go for one thing, that is the minimum distance, ठीक है, minimum distance between this, ठीक है, minimum distance between this point and the x-axis. For minimum distance, this line must be perpendicular, यानी कि coordinate of this point, x value must be equal to 2, y value 0, z value 0, क्योंकि this is on the x-axis. Now calculate distance between these two points. Okay. So what are those values? 2 minus 2 का square plus 3 minus 0 का square plus 4 minus 0 का square का root over. Done. So how much value you are going to get? 9 plus 16 का root, that is your 5. So the answer will be 5. So B is going to be your correct answer. ठीक है. Again, here in the question, we can see that there is a vector A and this is a variable vector whose magnitude is constant, and choose the statement which is always true. Done. So we all have studied calculation of centripetal acceleration. If you have not studied that topic 8, then yes, we can solve it very much easily with use of vector itself. Like there also we will be taking the help of vector only. So let's do it. Suppose there is a vector. So what's happening? चलो मैं एक बहुत ही easy सा vector लेती हूँ, या फिर let's not use that circular motion वाला thing. I don't know if you people have studied that or not. So let's take one vector. Suppose this is the vector A, done, and it said in the question that vector A is a variable vector whose magnitude is constant. So it's varying with time. Suppose it's varying with time, so it will very frequently change its direction. Done. So its direction is changing. Angle between two adjacent vector will be very small. So let's redraw that with a level of exaggeration. मैंने एंगल को इतना बड़ा दिखाया है so that you can look at it, so that तुम्हें दिखाई दे. So यहाँ पे अगर आप ध्यान से देखो, तो ये एंगल d theta होगा, very small angle. And here what we need to calculate, it is given that dA by dt is perpendicular to a parallel constant vector, like that. Done. So we basically need to see कि dA जो है, change in vector जो है, that is what? That is if perpendicular or parallel to a or is a constant. क्योंकि anything, if change divided by some constant, that is not going to affect the direction of vector. Done. So let's calculate the change of vector first. Suppose कर लो, this is a1 and this is what? a2. So dA means, dA vector means what we have to do? a2 minus a1. Again, a2 minus a1 means how much angle between will be between these two vectors? A2 minus A1. Minus A1 will be here. So DA vector can be written as A2 plus minus A1 vector. Done. So sum of these two vectors, angle between these two will be how much? 180 minus d. सिंपल है. अब आप देखो एंगल हमें निकालना है डी ए वेक्टर जो है इज परपेंडिकुलर टू ए या पैरेलल टू ए या व्हाटएवर. ठीक है, तो चलो tan अल्फा वाला फॉर्मूला यूज करते हैं. हाउ वी कैन यूज दैट फॉर्मूला? tan अल्फा फॉर्मूला इज व्हाट? b sin थीटा by a plus b cos theta, where theta is the angle between two vectors and alpha is what? Angle of resultant vector with a. ठीक है, so here I am going to calculate angle of resultant vector with a1. Done. So if you are going to do that, what value we are going to write? Angle will be, क्योंकि magnitude is same ना, mod a1 and mod a2 is same, so let's take that as equal to a. Done. So b को मैं a1 और a को a2 ना लेकर what I am going to take, their magnitude I am going to take as a. तो यहाँ पे a sin 180 minus theta you will be writing and divided by a plus a cos 180 minus, sorry, d theta it will be, it is d theta. Done. And you already know that sin 180 minus theta is what? Sin theta. Cos 180 minus theta is what? Minus cos theta. So here we can write a sin d theta divided by a minus a cos d theta. As I told you, this vector is a variable vector. D theta angle is between two adjacent vectors. Okay, so this angle is very small. So d theta almost tends to 0, and if it tends to 0, cos d theta will tend to what? It will tend to 1. So this will become 1. And if cos d theta is becoming 1, a minus a will become 0. So tan alpha will tend to what? Infinity. Sorry, infinity. And if it is infinity, it means alpha tend to 90 degrees. It means dA by dt is perpendicular to A. So what will be your correct answer? A. Now let's see this question. Again, this was very easy, just from the concept of A cross B. So you already know that vector A cross B is what? If we are doing cross product of two vectors, then their resultant will be such that individual component vectors will be perpendicular to those to that resultant vector. So here A cross B का resultant क्या दिया हुआ है? C plus D. It means what? A is perpendicular to C plus D. B is perpendicular to C plus D. So in whatever plane C and D is, A is perpendicular to that plane, B is perpendicular to that plane. So B is parallel to C plus D? No. A is perpendicular to C. A is perpendicular to C. We can't say that now. A is perpendicular to C. A will be perpendicular to C plus D. Okay? So A vector is perpendicular to C. We can't say that. Component of C along A की बात हो रही है, component of D along A. So let's look at here now. A dot vector A is perpendicular to what? C plus D vector, है ना? So A dot C plus D should be equal to what? 0. Now A dot C must be equal to minus of A dot D. Now angle between A and C को आप कुछ भी ले लो, theta 1 ले लो. This is A, this is C. So this will become AC cos theta 1, where A is modulus of A vector, C is modulus of C vector. Similarly, here we can write mod of A, mod of D into cos theta 2, where theta 2 is angle between A and D. Done. So this is it. Now A will get cancelled. C cos theta 1 is what? C cos theta 1 is nothing but component of C along A. D cos theta will be what? D cos theta will be nothing but component of D along A. So definitely component of C along A is equal to negative of component of D along A. So the correct answer should be what? It should be. Okay. Chalo. Now this is another question. The XY plane is boundary between two transparent media. Medium 1 with Z greater than equal to 0 has refractive index √2. Okay, there is a XY plane. Done. So there is a XY plane between two transparent media. Media 1 with Z greater than equal to 0 has a refractive index √2. Its refractive index is √2. Done. And medium 2 with z less than equal to 0. Yani ki I'm going to draw the z axis like this. So this is z less than equal to 0 here, and here it is positive z. Here refractive index is √3. A ray of light in medium 1 is given by this vector. In medium 1, this is incident light, and vectorially this is given as √3 I cap minus k cap. Okay? If incident on the plane of separation, the unit vector in the direction of refracted ray. So if this is my refracted ray, suppose, and unit vector here, suppose it is A. Then suppose this is this. So we have to calculate the value of this A vector, what it will be. Done. So let's see what's the angle of incidence is here. Angle of incidence is going to be what? What will be the angle of incidence here? So from here you can clearly calculate the angle of incidence. Done. What will happen? See here, x component of the vector is how much? √3 I cap. X component of vector is how much? √3. And z component of vector is how much? Agar modulus ki baat karu, so that is 1. Done. And if we are going to calculate this, this thing, done. So this value is how much? Modulus of this is how much? 1. And this given is how much? √3. This is given as what? √3. So tan theta, if you are going to write, tan theta will be how much? √3. So theta is going to be how much? 60 degree. So theta is going to be 60 degree. Done. अब यहाँ पे ये 60 डिग्री है, then from a Snell's law that you all must have studied, a Snell's law से हम लोग क्या निकाल सकते हैं? This angle we can calculate very easily. If you have not studied a Snell's law, again, it's not that difficult. It's simple that it states that if refractive index in this media, incident media is mu1 and refracted media is mu2, incident angle is I, and your refracted angle is R, then we can write it like mu1 sine I will be equal to how much? Mu2 sine R. So let's use this formula here. Mu1 will be equal to √2. Sine I means sine 30 will be equal to how much? √3 sine theta, जो कि मुझे नहीं पता. Sine R इसको बुला लो, जो बुलाना है बुला लो. So sine 30 का value is going to be how much? 1/2. Sorry, this is 60 now. Sine 60 का value is going to be how much? √3/2 equal to √3 sine R. Now this √3 got cancelled. Sine R is how much? 45 degree. So this angle is nothing but 45 degree. If this angle is 45 degree, then you can see very clearly we have to write a unit vector in this direction. Done. Clear hai? So component of this unit vector along x-axis will be how much? So x component को क्या लिखेंगे? Mod of a cap cos 45, है ना? And that mod of a cap means this is a unit vector, so this will become how much? Magnitude wise 1/√2. Similarly, we can calculate what? Component of this unit vector along z-axis minus z-axis. That will be equal to again what? Mod of a cap cos 45. Here you will write sine 45 actually, but angle of cos and sine is equal. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे 45 मान लिया, इसलिए मैंने cos लिखा. ठीक है? You can write like this also. So its value will be how much again? 1/√2. Done. So component of this unit vector along x-axis is how much? 1/√2. Along downward z-axis, magnitude is how much? 1/√2. So a vector can be written as what? Vector A can be written as 1/√2 I cap minus 1/√2 k cap. So this is the answer. So your answer will be what? C. Again, if you don't know this Snell's law, you can go ahead vectorially also. But this is more simpler. That is why I discussed it here. Okay. Sure. Now, this is another question. Why I have included it? The reason being, let's discuss that. The position of particle at time t is given by this, where V naught is a constant and alpha is greater than 0. Dimension of V naught and alpha are. Most important thing is whatever is to the power of whatever thing. A का power ले लो plus में minus में. So whatever is in power, ये power में जो भी है वो dimensionless होगा. That you need to remember. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे आप देख लो x as a function of time t, V naught by alpha 1 minus c. क्या दिया हुआ है? Minus alpha t. We have to calculate dimension of V naught and alpha. अब आप यहाँ पे देख लो अल्फा एंड टी, ये दोनों को डायमेंशनलेस होना है क्योंकि ये सी के पावर में है. डन. सो अल्फा का डायमेंशन नहीं पता, टी का डायमेंशन इज टी, शुड बी डायमेंशनलेस, यानी कि m0 l0 t0 all should be 0, है ना. सो डायमेंशन ऑफ अल्फा will be how much? t minus 1. So dimension of alpha we got, that is t minus 1. We have to calculate again the dimension of V naught. Done. So here you can see xt is equal to V naught by alpha. This is dimensionless, no? Huh? So whatever dimension x is carrying, the same dimension V naught by alpha will have. So V naught by dimension of alpha मैं लिखती हूँ यहाँ पे t minus 1 will be equal to dimension of x, that is L. So dimension of V naught will be how much? LT minus 1. So the correct answer will be what? A. Important thing in this question is कि whatever is in power will be dimensionless. ठीक है? चलो. Okay, so again this question. A highly rigid cubical block A of a small mass m and side L is fixed rigidly onto another cubical block. ठीक है? हमारे पास एक cubical block है, A है, जो कि काफी rigid है. Done? It's very much rigid and it's cubical. And again, it is fixed onto another cubical block B of same dimension, ठीक है, and of low modulus of rigidity n. Done. So A is fixed on B. Done. So since both are having same dimension, they will overlap each other. Done. Now what's happening? Such that lower face of A जो है, this lower face of A completely covers the upper face of. It completely covers the upper face of B. So one is put on the top of another such that one is containing another. Done. जैसे दो बकेट का अगर साइज सेम है, दोनों को एक साथ रखोगे तो वो दोनों क्या हो जाएगा? एक दूसरे को अपने अंदर कंटेन कर देगा. Same thing is happening here. Done. The lower face of B is rigidly held on a horizontal surface. इस surface पे ये rigidly held है. ठीक है? Again, it means it is fixed. It is fixed. A small force F is applied, मतलब A के अंदर ही B है ना, तो this is looking like this. A के अंदर B. Done. So a small force F is applied perpendicular to one of the side face of A. So one of the side face of F पे एक force लगाया गया है F. After the force is withdrawn, block A execute a small oscillation, the time period of which is given by. So we have to calculate the time. So we can solve it purely from the mechanics, from the concept of SHM and from the concept of modulus of rigidity. But I know you all people not have studied these things. है ना? Snell's law मैंने इसलिए discuss किया क्योंकि that's a very simple formula, just applying and getting वाला. But this is not applying and getting वाला. So there is one more thing or one more ways in which we can very easily solve it by checking the dimension. हमें क्या निकालना है? P white, हाँ? हमें निकालना है टाइम पीरियड. So whatever answer is given should have dimension of what? Time. Now try to see which term has dimension of time. तो यहाँ पे देखो ये मास दिया हुआ है, ये मॉड्यूलस ऑफ रिजिडिटी है, ये L है. आप कहोगे मॉड्यूलस ऑफ रिजिडिटी का डायमेंशन कैसे निकाले? हाँ, तो वो तो तुम्हें पता होना होगा क्योंकि इन द डायमेंशन वी डिस्कस ऑल द फॉर्मूलाज एटलीस्ट, है ना. तो रिजिडिटी को क्या कैसे निकालेंगे हम लोग? तो फोर्स पर यूनिट एरिया जो होता है ना, वो तुम्हारा होता है रिजिडिटी इनटू स्ट्रेन को हम लोग लिखते हैं डेल्टा एक्स बाई एल. ठीक है, तो सिंपली लुक एट द फॉर्मूला नाउ. फोर्स का डायमेंशन क्या लिखते हैं हम लोग? ml t minus 2. एरिया का डायमेंशन क्या लिखते हैं? एल स्क्वायर. नाउ दिस इज रिजिडिटी डेल्टा एक्स एल एल. सो ये तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. डन. सो रिजिडिटी का डायमेंशन हमें क्या मिला? what dimension of rigidity we are getting? That is equal to ml minus 1 t minus 2. So rigidity का dimension भी मिल गया. अब आप पुट करके देख लो. जैसे यहाँ पे अगर आप पुट करोगे तो क्या मिलेगा? m इंटू m हो रहा है ना. सो यहाँ पे इसका डायमेंशन t के बराबर कभी नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि एक तो m कैंसिल नहीं हो रहा, सिर्फ l कैंसिल हो रहा है. सो मुझे इसको कुछ इस तरह से रखना होगा कि m and n should not be together. m and n should not be together. तो आप देख लो कौन से टर्म में m और n टुगेदर नहीं है. सो इट इज हियर, है ना. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज दिस. आप यहाँ पे चेक कर सकते हो. m का डायमेंशन m, n का डायमेंशन क्या लिखना है हमें? n का डायमेंशन इज m l माइनस 1 t माइनस 2. डन. और n l लिखा गया तो l इंटू करोगे. m कैंसिल हो गया, l माइनस 1 कैंसिल हो गया, 1 बाई टी माइनस 2 बचा, यानी कि टी स्क्वायर बचा, रूट का टी स्क्वायर, तो रूट से बाहर आएगा, दैट विल बिकम टी. सो फ्रॉम द डायमेंशन वी कैन इजीली सॉल्व. ठीक है. So that is the way we did it. Now this is the final question that I am going to discuss. The speed of light c, gravitational constant g and Planck constant h are taken as the fundamental units in the system. ठीक है. Dimension of time in this new system will. अगर in the question it's given that कि new dimension किसी चीज का निकालो किसी और चीज के टर्म में. जैसे यहाँ पे we have to calculate the dimension of time in terms of what? Speed of light, gravitational constant, Planck's constant. So in such type of question, what you should do? You just write dimension of time is equal to c का sum power, ठीक है, g का sum power and h का sum power. क्योंकि here we have to write the dimension of time in term of c, g and h. ठीक है. तो आप ऐसे कर दो. Now टाइम का डायमेंशन हमें डायमेंशन ऑफ टाइम निकालना है ना. सो टी का डायमेंशन क्या होता है? नेचुरली ये टी होता है ना. स्पीड ऑफ लाइट का डायमेंशन आप क्या लिखोगे? एल टी माइनस 1. ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट का डायमेंशन क्या होता है? वी कैन इजिली कैलकुलेट इट फ्रॉम द फोर्स वाला रिलेशन, है ना. सो फोर्स को क्या लिखते हो? ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स को जी एम एम बाय आर स्क्वायर. फोर्स का डायमेंशन क्या होता है? एम एल टी माइनस 2. सो मास का m स्क्वायर होगा, यहाँ पे l स्क्वायर होगा, एक m कैंसिल होगा, यहाँ पे क्या बचेगा? सॉरी, g का डायमेंशन लिखना है हमें. सो g का डायमेंशन विल बी नथिंग बट m माइनस 1 l क्यू t माइनस 2. तो आप यहाँ पे क्या लिखोगे? m माइनस 1 l क्यू t माइनस 2. ठीक है. h प्लैंक कांस्टेंट कहाँ से लाए इसका डायमेंशन? सो इन क्लास 11th और समवेयर बिफोर आल्सो यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड कि जो एनर्जी ऑफ लाइट होता है, लाइट की एनर्जी को हम क्या लिखते हैं? h म्यू. सो h का डायमेंशन वी कैन कैलकुलेट फ्रॉम हियर. एनर्जी का डायमेंशन आप क्या लिखते हो? एनर्जी इज फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. सो फोर्स का जो भी लिखा है उसमें l से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, सो इट विल बिकम ml स्क्वायर t माइनस 2. फ्रीक्वेंसी 1 बाई टाइम, सो इट्स डायमेंशन इज t माइनस 1 h. h का डायमेंशन क्या दिख रहा है अब हमें? आप यहाँ पे ध्यान से देखो, ml स्क्वायर t माइनस 1. तो ml स्क्वायर t माइनस. अब आप इक्वेट करो. ठीक है. सो this t can be written as what? This t can be written as m का पावर 0, l का पावर 0, t का पावर 1. Done. So whatever power of m is on the left hand side, the same power of t should have on the right hand side. Similarly for l and m. तो आप देख लो m का पावर यहाँ 0 है, and this side power of m is how much? This was b, this was c. Power of m is how much? This is minus b, and here power of m is how much? Plus c, and this is equal to how much? 0. So b equal to c आया. चलो एक चीज तो आया. अब क्या करें? अब l के पावर को इक्वेट कर लो आप. सो l का पावर यहाँ m a है, यहाँ पे कितना है? 3b है, यहाँ पे 2c. सो a प्लस 3b प्लस क्या करोगे? प्लस 2c, एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू 0, है ना. अगेन गो फॉर टाइम. टाइम का पावर यहाँ 1 है, यहाँ पे माइनस a माइनस 2b माइनस c. तो यहाँ लिखती हूँ मैं इसको, minus a minus 2b minus c equal to 1. Now see here, b and c are equal. So b and c are equal. C को भी मैं B मानती हूँ, so this will become how much? minus 3B. So minus A minus 3B will be equal to 1. ठीक है. Similarly यहाँ पे आप B और C को क्या कर लो? Equal कर लो. So A plus how much? This is 5B equal to 0. So A equal to how much? minus 5B. Done. और यहाँ से मुझे यहाँ से आप वैल्यूज पुट कर दो. ए को क्या लिख दो यहाँ पे? ए को लिख दो -5b. तो अगर यहाँ पे -5b में लिखूं तो ये 5b हो जाएगा -3b इक्वल टू 1. सो दिस इज 2b इक्वल टू 1. b का वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगा? 1/2. If b is 1/2, c is 1/2, and a will become how much? -5/2. So a means ये आया हमारा -5/2. जी का कितना पावर जाएगा? 1/2. एच का पावर 1/2. सो एच का पावर 1/2, जी का पावर 1/2 और सी का पावर -5/2. सो ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, सो दिस वाज ऑल फॉर दिस टेस्ट. नेक्स्ट टाइम one more question is there. Let's discuss it also. Okay. So if A1 and A2 are two non-collinear vector, okay. So why I included this question actually again after 50th question I have included this because I just wanted to clear this one. Non-collinear vector. The vector which are not what? Which are not along the same line. Okay. So these are non-collinear. With A1 plus A2 equal to itna, then the value of A1 minus A2 dot this is how much? So this is again a very pure calculation. अब आप देखो इसका वैल्यू निकालना है, आप क्या करोगे? सिंपल है यार. These are unit vector again. So A unit vector A1 minus A2 unit vector and dot 2 A1 unit vector plus A2 unit vector. And this is equal to what? वही तो हमें निकालना है. तो आप डॉट प्रोडक्ट कर लो यहाँ पे. ये हो जाएगा A1 डॉट 2A1 है ना. तो क्या लिखेंगे? मॉड A1 प्लस 2 मॉड A1 डॉट एंगल. तो A1 और A1 के बीच का क्या होगा? 0 डिग्री होगा. सो cos 0. अगेन A1 का मैग्नीट्यूड क्या होगा? 1 क्योंकि यूनिट वेक्टर है. तो A1 डॉट 2A1 कितना आने वाला है? सिंपल 2 आने वाला है. A1 डॉट A2 कितना आएगा? A1 डॉट A2 आएगा cos थीटा. ठीक है. जैसे A1 डॉट A2 तो क्या लिखोगे? लिखोगे ना मॉड A1 मॉड A2 cos थीटा. अब ये तो यूनिट वेक्टर है, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी इक्वल टू 1. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम डायरेक्टली राइटिंग हियर दिस इज cos थीटा. ओके. अगेन A2 डॉट 2A1, so this will be equal to -2 cos theta minus A2 dot A2. This will be equal to -1. So the answer is going to be how much? 1 minus cos theta. But what is the value of theta? That's again a question. So that we can calculate from here. Mod of A1 plus A2. तो क्या लिखोगे आप? A1 का स्क्वायर प्लस A2 का स्क्वायर प्लस 2A1 A2 cos theta किसके बराबर होगा? अगर स्क्वायर कर दूं तो 3 के बराबर होगा. This will become 1. This will become 1. This 1. This 1. तो 2 plus 2 cos theta equal to 3. So 2 cos theta is how much? 1. Cos theta is how much? 1/2. So 1 minus 1/2. Answer will be 1/2. ठीक है. So the correct answer is going to be done. So whenever test happen, just one suggestion: revise whatever topics you're given, syllabus you're already been given beforehand. So whatever syllabus is there in your hand, please do revise and then appear in the test. Just don't randomly go and sit in the test. है ना? Revise करो, prepare करो, and then go for the test. And after this test, again go through the question, see solution videos. Wherever you are getting a stuck, try to solve it from there. And yes, keep on preparing well. Okay. Okay, we will meet again in the next lecture. Bye-bye.